Let's bring him in. Dave Thomas is, this will be the time of the show where he joins us. David, you ever had the taco in a bag at Curry Field?
No, I have not, but that and getting the shirt that you're wearing is high on my priority list now.
They just gave it to me 2 minutes before we went on air. I changed over there.
He's modest.
Fortunately.
He's modest. He went off camera.
And hey, brats, I already have somebody that wants this T-shirt. Can they buy them here? You can buy them online, Dave.
There you go.
And Dave Thomas is loving.
Yeah, he's chasing down a shirt already.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to talk. We got to talk Riders, Dave. And I come out and I'm sure you heard.
Hang on. You haven't had taco in a bag here. You've eaten everything at the red zone. How did you miss taco in a bag here?
You know what? I blushingly say I only got to one Red Sox game all of last year, and I had just eaten at Western Pizza before I got there.
Okay, that's acceptable. Okay,
Dave knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm circling things here, and I'm like, no Trevor Harris. I'm like, understandable. And I'm circling. I'm like, oh, no Jamarcus Hardrick for the second straight game. Am I crazy thinking that I thought I'd see? I know he's a veteran. I know he's got a lot of games under his belt. Hurt last year, maybe get him in, get a little rust off. Why no Hardrick in your view?
Well, we are going to hear from Corey Mace in just a few moments, and he'll explain what led to, in part, some of the decisions that the Riders made when it came to the roster for tomorrow night's game. But Jamarcus Hardrick has shown everything that he had to in practice. He doesn't need to come out and play, I don't think. Why would you risk wearing him down in a game that you've got coming up in 6 days where it means, more in regular season game number one than it might in preseason? So I don't think you risk him, and I don't think that there's a big risk in him playing. I'm just saying keep him fresh. Why not? He's proven to me by watching him throughout camp that he's ready to go.
A half for Mayer, would that be what you're thinking? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what you were thinking, Sharky.
That's what I was
giving
thinking.
him a half.
Yeah.
Well, and Luke Mullender, right? He talked about you need some constants when you're evaluating things, right? So if you've got Jake Mayer, who again, in a lot of ways, he could be viewed as a starting quarterback on some teams in this league. I'm not going to name which ones, but Jake is a starting caliber quarterback. And you know what? If he's slinging the ball to all the different receivers that they're going to be moving in and out, then it's going to be that constant that they can evaluate the rest with.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, you talk to Coach Mace today. I'll let you throw to this and kind of give us some insight on what he had to say.
Yeah, so Coach Mace, again, sat down, talked with us a little bit about what he's anticipating for tomorrow night, and it did start with a conversation about the roster that he's going to put on the field. Well, Coach, as you get ready for this preseason game tomorrow night, you look at the roster. There are going to be a number of veterans that won't be playing tomorrow. Did the short turnaround towards week number one factor into your decision on how you assembled the roster?
Yeah, that was something we had looked at, going into camp, and it did have something to play with it. I understand the sentiment. You want to have all your guys playing for home games, but for us too is we want to make sure that we're healthy going into week one, and we are on a quick turnaround after this preseason game, getting ready for the Thursday game after that. So it did definitely have something to play, but in saying that, we're still trying to formulate the back end of the roster, and unbelievable amount of reps for guys to make those decisions tough for us. So I really do. I think it played out healthy for us.
Now, playing at Mosaic Stadium, you often talk about how special of an experience it is. How special will it be for those players, some of whom are going to be coming out of the tunnel for the first time?
Yeah, you try to explain it to them. I'm super excited, man, for these guys to get that feeling, even, walking down the tunnel. And just, waiting for the crowd and to bring them out. It's a special moment, I think, for everybody that gets to do that. So really excited for those guys that are able to play to get that accomplished tomorrow, for them to have that moment, because they've earned it, man. So really, really cool. Really happy that we finally get back to playing home football here in Saskatchewan.
Jake Mayer has been named your starter for tomorrow night. What are you hoping to see from Jake, and what have you seen from him thus far in camp?
It reminds me of when he first got his start back in Calgary, first coming in, and, there's balls flying around, and, everybody's sitting there like, oh, who is that? Certainly, I can't speak to what it's been like for him the last, previous couple years, but, he's happy as ever to be in the building every day. He's competing his tail off. He's making it hard for the defense. And, when he's in the huddle, he commands it. So I think that's been really good for him. I think it's been good for us and for the competition's sake as well. Jack has all those same intangibles. So, man, we're pleased with the room.
Yeah, so kind of pretty much what you were thinking, what you've been talking about throughout the week, Dave, as you're really close to this team. Are there any guys, and this is just for the kind of the casual fan that has been following but now is getting into it, really into the mixer tomorrow with the preseason game, who is not playing because they are tweaked a bit? Emelis?
No, Shane Emelis is good to go. Emelis is fine. Kian Schaefer-Baker is nicked up a little bit because
sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he tweaked a little bit of something, so he's going to be held out. Samuel Emelis, he is healthy and he is good to go. They're holding back Alex Gubner because he's got a bit of an ankle issue by the looks of it. Charbel DeBeer tweaked the knee again, so he'll be held out on that front. Also, we're not going to obviously see either Sean McEwen or Philippe Gagnon, or both are nicked up a little bit. Lake Corte Moore, he was battling a bit of an injury after that Winnipeg game. I don't think it's anything serious, but he's going to be held out because of that as well. Nelson Lacombo also nicked up too.
I like how you say Philippe Gagnon and Sean McEwen a little nicked up. It's good.
Yeah, they're like 6 to 8 weeks.
Hey Benny in Manitoba, tell everyone it's just a little nick,
little tweak,
little nick,
tweak.
like hangnail stuff. Running back position, no AJ. He doesn't need to go. We saw him last week. 2 kickers again. Hey,
yeah, 2 kickers again. Why not? You brought Hodge in. Let's see what he can do. He was booming them last year, so give him an opportunity. That is, though, where one of my eyes went to. So my eyes spotted 2 things when the depth chart came out. And one, and I don't know why, but Joe Couch is getting the start at punter, and I don't know why that caught my eye. Joe Couch is going to get an opportunity. He was re-signed, so Bailey Flint is sitting. He's not even going to dress on this one, right? So at the end of it all, with Joe Couch coming in, that's going to be very interesting that he'll have a full game and a full opportunity. By the way, Barney, you never looked better on camera before, as someone that is listening on the radio just saw someone walk and stand in front of you on the camera. Anyways,
did you see what that someone was doing, or what he put in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's for a different day. But Joe Couch getting in, I think, is very significant in the fact that he'll have the full game to go ahead and show what he can do. And this is going to be his showcase opportunity, like Bailey Flint had in Winnipeg last week. And the other one is on the the defensive line, because you look and you see the interior of the defensive line. You would think that Micah Johnson and Mike Rose are going to be starting in week number 1, and they're going to start again here tomorrow night. But then at the defensive end spot, you don't have Malik Carney, and Shane Ray is nicked up. So Eric Black comes in at one end, and on the other side, it's Haba Baldonado. And again, we saw Baldonado continue to grow throughout training camp as well as last season. So I think that's going to be very interesting to watch. And then there's a rotation with some younger guys that are going to get an opportunity to get in. So those are the 2 that caught my eye right away.
Dave, I really like, and I can honestly say this, that they're going to play some guys that are going to make an opportunity to either be on or off the roster. They're not going to give them that 3rd or 4th quarter to get in, with holding out like Hardrick and Ouellette and Harris. This is their time to shine. They're getting the chance to show what they can do. And I really appreciate that the coaching staff is putting that out there for those guys to have that chance.
Yeah, and what I think is interesting is on the offensive line, Sharky, Nick Jones and Peyton Collins have both had good camps. They're both young guys. Now, Jones, again, you'll remember they started him at right tackle for a game, then they moved him to right guard, and he's actually now penciled in as the number 2 center this time around. They love his sheer athleticism, so it's going to be interesting to watch those guys. And you're right. You got an opportunity to make the team. Make you make the team.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it looks. Where is the returner? I don't see the returner on the depth chart. Bring me up to speed on the returner situation.
The guy you might be looking for is Dre McCray. He's right there wearing number 86, but I know who you're to Mario Alford.
Well, Mario Alford is also penciled into the lineup as well. He is going to line up as a receiver. And actually this week, Mario Alford took a few more reps on the offense than what I had seen thus far in camp. So again, healthy competition. We'll find out who wins the job.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would, if I could sprinkle on it. That's exactly what there was going on there. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay. So also today, Dave, later you did have a chance, and we're going to play it. Maybe just tease and give people a chance, because in hour 2 we're going to hear from the starting quarterback tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll hear from Jake Maier, and he is absolutely, I would say, excited is an understatement for the way that he is looking right now at this football game tomorrow. And you're going to hear it in his voice. I talked to him earlier today. That's coming up a little bit later on. And like I say, it's one of those conversations you're like, wow, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And when you hear the enthusiasm, you're going to be cheering for him loud tomorrow night.
And then hour 3, we're going to hear from our place kicker for the last number of years, Brett Lother.
Yeah, and you know what? I like to pretend that I'm a golfer, and I'm not a good golfer, but you know how meticulous golf can be. Well, kicking is the same, and when Brett Lother explains the way that he approaches his kicking, it is absolutely down to the finest of details. And the one question that I asked him, so you like where you're at? You ask that to everybody. And oh, yeah, I love where I'm at. I'm getting better. I'm ready to go. He says, no, I'm not where I want to be at yet. And you're going to hear him tell you why coming up a little bit later on.
Cool. Love it.
And for you, and Luke is back tomorrow with you. Like, you don't need Sharky on standby?
Well, you can never have too much Sharky, I've been told, but I think we're covered.
Yeah, you better give me a heads up, because I got a birthday party starting around 4, so I might have to change some of my appetite. I think
I saw that graffiti under an underpass. You can't have too much Sharky somewhere in Regina. I think that's.
Well, it's funny. I saw that on the men's room stall over at the Red Zone Sports Bar up in Saskatoon. So I don't know.
The Shell station in Davidson.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Thanks so much. Hey, have fun tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for everything you do, and go green and white.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the Red Sox. And yes, I'll be coming for a shirt and socks, I've been told.
If you saw the positional chart that was released,
don't panic.
You notice Trevor Harris isn't even dressing. AJ Ouellette will also be in street clothes tomorrow. Jamarcus Hardrick. Jake Maier is getting the start at quarterback. I think he goes a half.
I would say so. Why wouldn't they?
Makes sense.
Right?
Then go into Cohen or Stevens.
Cohen's probably going to get a quarter plus, right? He's going to get 3 or 4 series.
You know what Stevens can do.
Yeah. And you brought Stevens in for a specific purpose. He came in to play third down. So, and there's, like Dave talked about yesterday or the day before, there's a package for him that's not just him running, that's got a lot of other elements to it. So I expect if Stevens gets in on third down, we're going to see some of those new wrinkles.
Our starting quarterback, Jake Maier, Dave Thomas had a chance to catch up with him at practice today.
Jake, first off, your reaction to being named the starter for tomorrow night's football game.
Yeah, it never gets old. It's something you never take for granted, man. I've been on both sides of it. I've been I've been a backup. I've been a starter. It never gets old. You never go unappreciative of having an organization say, hey, we want you to start at quarterback in a game, no matter what the magnitude is. So, yeah, I'm super grateful.
Now, we've talked about it before during training camp, that it's a different feel that you have, isn't it, as coming in as a number 2?
I can't lie to you. It definitely does feel different. It's I'm appreciative, though. I really am, just because, just kind of how the last couple years have gone for me personally, and feeling like, I've entered an environment that has taken me in and appreciated me for who I am, and again, being around guys like Trevor Harris and reuniting again with Coach Mueller has been a really nice reset for me personally. So I'm super grateful to be here. I love it here. I can't believe how amazing and beautiful the facility is here, and just the culture of the team right now is in a really good spot.
Now, offensive coordinator Mark Mueller has told us about his goals for this game, and that's getting the offense into a rhythm. So how do you do that, Jake, with so many players that are going to be coming in and out of the lineup?
Yeah, it's not easy, especially in the preseason. So you're not going to click maybe as perfect as you want it to be, and yeah, personnel might have something to do with it, but
we always try to make an emphasis to be really good on, the first couple plays of a drive, because I feel like, and that's just the CFL in general, right? Like you see a lot of drives that, go 2 and out, and then you see 8-9 play drives because the quarterback gets in a rhythm and the offense gets in a rhythm. So I would just think for us, especially going into tomorrow, we know the group that we're walking into that game with, and we have a pretty good plan for how we want to approach this next preseason game. So there's no excuses for us. We're at home. We should feel really good about our plan. And just staying in a rhythm and feeling like, hey, if we can get a first down, then that'll lead to more and more and more. So just putting our focus on that.
It is a preseason game, and some would suggest that the outcome doesn't matter. I'm not sure that you entirely buy into that. But having said that, it is an opportunity to springboard this team into the regular season while also getting an evaluation done on players. How do you juggle all of that?
Yeah, I would say that anybody that's playing in tomorrow's preseason game, the outcome absolutely matters. It's how you earn a job in this league. I've never really believed in playing in any sort of competition or game and not feeling like the winning or losing aspect doesn't matter. Now, are you focusing on things that are more process-oriented in these types of settings? Absolutely. But I'm telling you right now, anybody that's going to suit up tomorrow is going to have the intention of winning and going to do everything they can to make sure that happens, because when you get to a second preseason game, it's a lot of younger guys, a lot of guys trying to prove themselves and earn a roster spot. So you'll see some high-intensity stuff for sure, especially from the younger guys.
Have you thought at all about what it might be like to be the home team for this game?
Truthfully told, I mean, I've played a lot of games in this building on silent cadence, and it's going to be nice to not do that. I understand the passion and the sense of urgency that this fan base brings when it comes to winning and losing and playing well. So I am curious about that, and I'm excited about that. And then, being able to play in front of so many people that are cheering for you now, that's going to be an adrenaline rush for sure. Just, to kind of hear the roars when something good happens. That's something I personally have been a part of in moments. But I know here it takes it to another level, so that'll be fun.
Yes.
It is fun to listen to guys that are excited to play here, that are excited to be in green at Mosaic. They've played against it. They know that it's a different environment than other spots in the league. And hats off to every fan of Riderville and Rider Nation, wherever you are, because that's what makes it special for those guys when they come to the ballpark. They love being here and being part of this community. So good for everybody out there to support them.
And let's not panic tomorrow if they
exactly
lose, whatever. But if the crowd isn't spectacular, it's a lot of people are seating.
Yeah,
a lot of people are out there. It's a preseason game. It's a Friday. The people driving from Lloydminster, it's tough to make on a Friday.
On a preseason game.
Perspective, chkai. Keep it. I do hope, though, we see better attendance through the gate in the regular season, because I think this team will be good. There'll be a lot of excitement around.
I think this team is going to be really good. I think winning solves a lot of those problems when it comes to your gate and other pieces. Yeah. But I see a lot of different from the Rider marketing staff and what they're sending out and the communication and the messaging. I like what they're doing. I like the promos they're running pregame.
Oh yeah, they make it affordable now. There's no affordability things out the window because you can't get it cheaper. To go to a professional sporting event. I haven't seen a lot of the new gear though. I'm sure there's a lot of nice new gear in the Rider store too. Last year was the big obsidian green. That was hype. We talked about it earlier. 2 kickers tomorrow night at Mosaic Stadium. Dawson Hodge, who sounds like a rodeo guy. Dawson Hodge. And Brett Lawther.
NASCAR
both in the lineup tomorrow. We teased it with Dave Thomas in hour 1. He had a little sit down with Brett Lawther today.
I am fascinated by your position, Brett, and the fact that the way that you ramp up towards a season is very meticulous and calculated. So the question is, are you where you want to be right now?
No, I'm not where I want to be. Every day we're working to get better as a unit. We're obviously, a little bit of change where you're not coming back the same year with Adam this year, and we're using different guys, but everyone's, learning, working hard. We're getting there, but definitely 100% not perfectly where we want to be, but we're getting closer by the day.
When it comes to a holder, how much communication is there? Is it in game? Is it before the game? Obviously, you want the ball put in a certain certain spot?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes from practice, reps, and time, which you don't have a lot of. You get really used to a guy and just even what he looks like down there, his cadence. You kind of know a guy's misses and stuff too. And right now, we're just trying to get used to things, just speed up. The guys are young that are in right now, and we're doing everything we can on the sidelines, getting extra reps, doing as much as we can to get on the same page because, every time we're going on the field, we're trying to score points, and it's a big play in the game.
Coach Majuri, I was kidding with him. I said, I don't think that goalpost in Winnipeg was regulation. I think it was too wide. And he stopped me dead, and he said, you know what? That was the best struck ball that you had all night. How close and how much of a difference is there between success and being unsuccessful when you're kicking a football?
Oh, it's so minuscule. I don't know how many times I feel like I hit a perfect ball, and 99% of the time you look up, it's dead middle, and it catches some wind or pushes out, and especially in the open end at this field, it's very difficult. But also trying to reverse that. It's our biggest advantage with this home field. Not everyone gets to practice in here as much as we do, and you got to take advantage of these windy days like this. And yeah, that was definitely my best struck ball of the game. I was kind of shocked when it started to push out like that. But I mean, that's going to happen in football. It's kind of on to the next one. It was nice to rebound and get back, and then hopefully a better performance on Friday.
Can you take me through the video work that you do? Because you described it to me last year, and I was fascinated.
Like off the field, like watching film? I try not to... I overthink things, so I try not to go too crazy about it. I try to watch with guys and maybe correct things, but after we do the practice and stuff in video, I like to, let the guys be free. Whatever happens in the game happens. I feel like if you're kind of on point and nitpicking a little in practice and other stuff, you should be a lot more comfortable come the game time. And, we do a ton of different things, watching film with coach, watching film on our own. There's so many things, whether you're on right hash, left hash, or in the middle, and if we're offsetting, and if we need a little lean, if we're into the wind or with the wind in different spots, you can kind of go down a rabbit hole talking about it. I don't know if anyone's interested, but there's a lot that goes into it, but at the end of the day, people just want to know if it's good or not, so that's all we're trying to do is make every kick.
I never want to search anything on the internet with you because we'd be there for hours down that rabbit hole. Brett, appreciate this. Congratulations on the season so far, and let's keep moving forward.
Definitely appreciate it. Thank you.